Thanks for joining me everyone. Well, today I'm out on a medieval site. It's one of Paul's sites, and because it's a medieval site, it's full of iron. Using the old girl today, I'm going to try the general program. Now, traditionally when we've been over on this site, we've always used the DS1 with the HF coil, because the HF coil gets in between that iron and finds out those little low conductors. But today I'm going to give this thing a baptism of fire, because I'm using the standard general program with no adjustments. Now, the general program is no slouch, and I'm quite confident it's going to do quite well over here. But there's a couple of things that make me slightly nervous. One of those is reactivity. It uses reactivity at 2.5. Traditionally, we'd be using 3 and 4 over here to get between that iron, but I'm going to stick with 2.5 and just keep going as we are. Discrimination, it uses discrimination at 10. Normally I'd run it a lot lower than that, but I just want to see how it goes. So here we go, the standard general program. Absolutely no changes made to this. It's straight out the bat. Loads of iron, as you can hear. Getting a crack coming off the iron there. We might be able to deal with that using the silencer, you know. So let's go into silencer, turn it up to 6. Can you hear how that silencer has just dealt with everything straight away? I think we need to perhaps drop it down a little bit. Let's try 4. Okay, let's go all the way down. Let's turn the silencer off to 0. Start introducing it. 1, 2, 3. So I like my machines to be a little bit bouncy, so I'm going to stick here with silencer number 2. But by all means, you can experiment with a silencer when you're on different types of land. Here, it's very, very irony, but I want to hear all what's going through. Shots fired, man down, send help. You can hear how I'm just coming off that busy patch now, because the machine's settling down a bit. So we've got all this feedback still coming through, just like the DS1, and we're just looking for that light bulb moment, just when the signal just turns clean. Can you see there? Look, we've still got these clay pipe stems just sitting on the surface. Really good indication of habitation. Not necessarily medieval, but habitation nevertheless. There you go, 64. It's actually locking on, isn't it? There's no jumping around. 64. Just out of interest, let's see what the XY says. Here we go. There you go. It's on my probe, whatever it is. It is. Ooh. Oh, oh, oh. A little Roman look. How's that? It wasn't very deep, but it's a little Roman, that's encouraging. 46, 47. I can see it, look, there it is. That is a part of a key, perhaps. Yeah, do you think? Part of a key? Don't know. Here's a nice one. It's a nice high conductor somewhere up in the 80s. One thing I'd like to point out, that you won't get deep targets over here because the sheer mass of iron is stopping any sort of soil penetration. You're literally finding stuff in between the iron. You never know, we might get lucky, but as a rule we never find anything deep. Yeah, if you go on a nice pasture side with very little pollution, of course you're going to get a lot more depth. So here's that signal. I'm just going to let you listen to it. Locking on at 84. And there it is, look, it's a, ugh. I don't think it's Roman, I don't think it's medieval. Perhaps it's a little token of some sort. Don't know, I'll let Paul have a look at that one. A quick Q&A, guys. A lot of people have been saying, well, has the Deus 2 got a hot program? Yes, it has. It's got sensitive FT. Similar to the hot program, but not exactly. It uses full tones and stuff like that. Another question, can I use the sonar program in the Deus 2? Well, sadly not. The Deus 2 at this moment in time is not really working well with the sonar program. However, you can put the sonar program into the Deus Mono program as a platform and it works absolutely fine, and just save it as a new program. So Deus Mono single frequency works better with the sonar program, and if you want the hot program, full tones, sensitive FT on your Deus 2, which is program number 3, and I've quickly loaded it in. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, I'm just going to let you have a little listen to what it sounds like in sensitive full tone, the hot program. Here we go. As you can see there, program number 3, sensitive full tones, no adjustments made. Well, there you go, folks, that's your full tone program. Right, I'm going back to the general program now, program number 1. Here's a strange target, listen to this. Coming up around the 40s. But it's got the vret. Wonder what will happen if we turn that reactivity up to 3. That's certainly cleaned that one up, hasn't it? So perhaps reactivity 3, as I initially thought, would be a better option, but the targets come in a lot quicker. They're a lot shorter with the higher reactivity. Let's see what it is. So that's what we got. Just a tiny little flake of whatever. It's one program I've been quite lucky using, and that's the Park program. Now the Park program uses discrimination 10, bottle cap reject 5, a nice dollop of notch as well. So theoretically you think that the Park program is perhaps eliminating too much, but because we're using fast multi-frequency, the signals are quite select. They're in individual categories. So in theory, the targets that are rejected, the round iron, the coke, the foil, are probably targets I don't want to get anyway. I know cut quarters and stuff like that may come into that range, but I'm thinking, shall I just give the Park Program a try, because it's got such a sweet audio and I really want you guys to listen to it. So I think, bugger it, yeah, let's give the Park Program just 30 seconds just to let you have a little glimpse of it. No adjustments made. So we've got all that notch going on, bottle cap reject and discrimination. Here we go. We're using the square tone. It's got that lovely fluty sound. When we find another piece of lead, you'll hear it. Look at all this brickwork and tile. If you wanted to know if your program you're using has got notch, you can really quickly find out by just looking at that top bar, and you can see the discrimination range is greyed out, then it's open, and then there's another greyed out area along there, and that's your notch section, and that's adjustable. And this is the free tone audio, like your conventional Deus, but with the square tone. That's big iron, I'm sure that's big iron. There you go, listen to that. So that's racking in at 44. Now I'm quite confident that cut quarters are going to come in at that range, so we're not rejecting those low conductors with that notch, but it'd be interesting to see what this one is. Probably an even smaller piece of lead. Here we go. That's double bleeping, so I don't... Oh, sun's coming out. Sun's coming out just in time for my gold find. How does that sound? There it is. And it is... Oh no! That is a brooch. That looks like a Roman brooch. Just see the stones kind of glistening in that sunlight. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. I think there's stones, well, maybe one or two stones in there. Whoa! Come on the Park Program. Maybe someone's telling me something up there that the Park Program, Gaz, is the one for you. Well guys, the sun started going down a little bit now. It's coming towards the end of the day. I've had a great day actually. I've got to have a catch up with Paul because he's doing some separate testing for us, which isn't really related to this video. When you guys get your Deus 2s out there, feel free to give me any feedback you've got. But remember, I'm telling it, not selling it, if that's the right phrase. I like to sort of go out and just do the technical stuff. I'm not interested in all the handbag fights and things like this. I'm just doing my thing. So guys, please subscribe if you found this video useful. And don't forget to drop into my two Facebook groups, the Metal Detecting Skills School and XP Adventures, and of course the official XP YouTube channel as well. Okay, I'm away. I'm going to do another hour or so and then I'm down. So turning the camera off because the cursor of the camera gets me every time, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.